there. Oopsie. I'm not on the screen yet. Hey, there I am. How are you doing today? It almost looked like Tiffany was saying, hey there, right? Well, this is all about her in this video anyway. So there we go. We'll give her that stage for this moment. I hope that you were doing well. It's just been a fun kind of time. It is what it is. It's Saturday, the day of this upload, and I'm just in a relaxed mode at this point. You know, we're all trying to get ourselves together for the rustle and bustle of the season, and so we're just relaxing, and that's what we're doing at this point. It's all good. But I hope that you are doing well, and I'm so glad that you are here. So for this video, interesting update. It appears that comedic actress Tiffany Haddish has apparently scored a legal win in her defamation case in regards to the one that was brought against her from her, I guess now ex-friend. And now you would have recalled, if you had been following what's been going on for the legal situations that Tiffany had found herself in regards to the fact that she had been sued by two adults now with children then for apparently sexualizing them in skits that her and fellow comedic actor, I guess he is as well, a fellow comedian, Ari Spears, in those skits that they did together. And there were some very disturbing allegations associated with that. So of course, both Tiffany Haddish and Ari Spears have, claimed wrong, that there was no wrongdoing, that obviously that they were not guilty of those things. They denied those allegations. So it appeared that that particular case had been dismissed subsequently. And then following that, the mother of those now adult children at the time, who I guess was a good friend of Tiffany's, had then did a defamation claim against her, saying that the lawyer for Tiffany Haddish had defamed her. So we're going to get into the details in regards to that sharing in this story here and see what's going on from that point. Again, all accusations that were levied against Tiffany Haddish and Ari Spears are, considered alleged. And at this point now, the lawsuit has been dismissed or canceled, no longer exist anymore. So, and they definitely have come online and said they denied all of those charges. So let's go ahead and get into the sharing. All righty, so let's get a little bit of close up from Miss Tiffany Haddish. And now this is according to In Touch Weekly. Now, Tiffany Haddish, as it shares, was awarded $95,000 from ex-friend who accused comedian of defamation. Now, Tiffany Haddish was awarded nearly $100,000 in legal fees from her former friend who accused the comedian and her team of defaming her, and an In Touch exclusively can report. Now, according to court documents obtained by In Touch, Tiffany shut down the claims brought by Trizza Morris. An arbitrator demanded that Trizza had no case against Tiffany and awarded the entertainer $95,198 in legal fees. Now, back in August of 2023, Trizza Morris sued Tiffany and comedian Ari Spears for defamation. In the lawsuit filed in Los Angeles Superior Court, Trizza explained she was friends with Tiffany from 2011 to 2020. She said they performed together in comedy clubs and that Tiffany became like a family member to her two children. Now, Trizza said her children, who are now adults, are the ones who sued Tiffany and Ari's in 2020. In Trizza's children's bombshell lawsuit, they claimed they were used by the comedians in inappropriate sketches that sexualized them, during those skits. Now, Tiffany and Ari's denied all allegations of wrongdoing. They claimed the lawsuit was a shakedown attempt. Now, in September of 2022, Trizza's daughter dismissed the case. And Trizza's lawsuit, filed a year after her children's lawsuits was dismissed, she claimed her former friend's lawyer defamed her during the fight with her children. Her lawsuit read, on or about September 2022, Tiffany Haddish and Ari Spears, respectively, and or their representatives, respectively, gave permission to publish defamatory, slanderous, and libel comments to the press, news media, and social media outlets about Trizza Morris that were published worldwide. She claimed Tiffany and Ari's rep made it seem like she had extorted them with the lawsuit brought by her children. Her lawsuit had added the statements made against Trizza Morris are malicious, defamatory, and slanderous representation of Trizza Morris. Trizza's complaint added Ari Spears alleged that Trizza Morris was an extortionist and shakedown artist. Trizza Morris never extorted or attempted to extort Tiffany Haddish and or Ari Spears, her suit read. Other remarks she took issue with from Tiffany and Ari's teams included nothing but a shakedown. Tiffany's lawyers also told TMZ plaintiff's mother, Trizza Morris, has been trying to assert these bogus claims against Ms. Haddish for several years. He added every attorney who has initially taken on her case, and there were several, ultimately dropped the matter once it became clear that the claims were meritless and Ms. Haddish would not be shaken down. Now, Ms. Morris has her adult daughter representing herself in this lawsuit. Now, the two of them will together face the consequences of pursuing this frivolous action. Trizza's suit said the accusations against her ruined her reputation. Her suit read, Trizza Morris' name and photograph appeared in blogs and media reports available all over the world as a cunning, conniving, and deceitful ex-friend of Tiffany Haddish. Trizza said she suffered personally and professionally sued to the alleged or professionally due to the alleged false things we're trying to say, false accusations. In response, Tiffany claimed Trizza signed a settlement agreement as part of the lawsuit brought by her children. The comedian said a year after the deal was signed, which resolved all claims between the parties, she said Trizza tried to claim she was defamed before the deal was signed. Now, Tiffany argued that the deal signed by Trizza stated all issues would be resolved in arbitration. The court granted the entertainer's request to move the case out of the public eye in November of 2023. The arbitrator determined that the settlement agreement signed by Trizza had released all claims against Tiffany, and therefore she could not sue for defamation. Now, Tiffany was awarded $95,000 in legal fees, and Ari scored $50,000 in fees for Trizza. The original statement agreement was submitted in court. The deal shows Tiffany and Ari's never paid any money to the Trizza or her children. Instead, a mutual friend of the parties came forward to intervene. The friend ran a comedy camp that the adult children had participated in, and Tiffany had been a volunteer at previously. The friend agreed to pay a total of $232,000. The deal said after the adult daughter dismissed the case and the family made a statement, the mutual friend would pay $184,000 to a charity selected by the Morris family. Another $48,000 was paid out to Trizza's son via a trust account since he was a minor at the time. Tiffany agreed not to disparage the family, and the Morris family did the same. Now, the settlement included the statement that Morris family would release to the media. In addition, the agreement had a $100,000 fee for each or any breach made by any party involved. So there you have it. That's quite a windfall, to be honest. And it appears that I would assume at this point, case is now closed. Tiffany Haddish, as we all know, this was bombshell accusations that dropped, and it was heard all over the world for all intents and purposes. It was egregious, the allegations that were stated. It appeared that Tiffany had lost a lot of gigs, because if you remember, Tiffany was pretty much sought after for so many different projects. She was on multiple shows and movies and comedy skits and stand-up comedic shows, and she was just all over the place. I mean, she was doing interviews from Good Morning America to wherever else she was on. I think she might have been on Wendy Williams. So she was really getting all of the fanfare at that time for all the projects that she was in. She was also coming out of a relationship with the rapper Common, and that's been in the news from time to time, in regards to alleged feelings in regards to the moving on from that process. And so it's just been a lot. Tiffany Haddish also has had to deal with some other issues, I believe, associated with DUIs potentially as well, and some issues that she found herself in with that as well, that I think she's now got those resolved and seems to be moving forward. And we haven't heard really much of anything else scandalous, if you will, according to anything associated with Tiffany at this point. I think at this point she's trying to rebuild her career and trying to rebuild, certain facets to get herself back on track, if that is at all possible. We often know that sometimes just allegations alone could really wreck a reputation, and it could stop a lot of things, even if you're associated, affiliated, or attached to anything of this type of nature. And at the end of the day, this was such a horrible thing to be accused of, and so therefore things started to fall apart ensued. And I remember seeing a clip from Tiffany where I think she was being questioned in the airport about the situation, and she wasn't saying too much, but the fact that she did share that yeah, she's losing her gigs, losing the work. And like I said, she was everywhere, at least multiple shows at one time, and just becoming the darling of the comedic world at this point. And so it was a pretty interesting situation, and a lot of people have a lot of feelings associated with this case for sure. And so as it quiet is kept, it looked like things were dismissed and things were moving on. I hadn't heard about the defamation case that she's just now been able to win in suit, and nor did I really was familiar with the settlement terms as they're sharing it and laid out in this particular sharing. So I find it to be quite interesting that a settlement went through and forward with those elements put into the settlement to not move forward with. So there's a lot of money being spent at this point, a lot of money that's going to be dished out and happen to be given. I don't know how this fares for Tiffany, if it fares any different for her, if it makes anyone feel any different. Will this be a situation where people will now, I don't want to say forgive and forget type of thing, because, these things were just, really, really egregious to say the least. And of course they deny all the allegations of the situation, and of course the case is dismissed. So at this point people are moving on. So I wonder if with this particular defamation case and the winning of this, is this going to be an opportunity to open up a door for Tiffany to continue to do her work? I don't know if Tiffany's doing anything lately. I don't know if she's been in any movies lately, or even if she's on TV shows at this point. If you're familiar about anything that she may be doing since these allegations were basically at her door, let me know, because I'm not really sure. I'd have to do a little bit of research to find out. I don't even know if she's doing any interviews or anything. She's been kind of quiet for a while at this point. I think I saw a couple of pop-ups with her in like award shows, and that's basically about it, but not knowing if she's doing any work or any books. Oh, you know what, there was something that she did, and I believe I did cover that, potentially. I think I did. She maybe did a commercial or something like that, and I think it may have to do with possibly mental health. I think it has something to do with. I'd have to go back to my own video and see. But that was probably the last thing I saw of her. So if you're familiar with anything that she may have gotten into since then, I definitely would love to know your thoughts down below. Share below. And definitely love to know your thoughts about this particular sharing, and just what do you think about that? Leave them respectfully and thoughtfully down below. Again, apparently, like I said, Ari Spears and Tiffany definitely denied the allegations brought against them. The original suit, again, has been dismissed from the two children. And I guess one was, one for sure was a minor, and I guess maybe the other one, I don't know, I thought they both were minors, but, nevertheless, apparently the suit has been pulled and the settlements and stuff has been handled and whatnot. And so now this is the new situation that seems to have now been cleared. And maybe this might be the end of this whole fiasco as it is, and maybe there'll be some move on points from this point here. Well, guess we'll have to see. So with that, definitely leave your thoughts below. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me. I do appreciate it, of course. And yeah, if you are new here and you haven't had opportunity to hit the subscribe button, I hope that you will. Definitely become part of the family, definitely part of the community. I would so love to have you. Definitely keep your all notification bells on as well, because I have more videos coming down the pike. I'm also doing a 12 days of a scandalous Christmas story, which we are going into old scandalous stories from Christmas past and sharing and talking and disconnecting in regards to those things, because needed a break every now and again from the scandalous situations of 2024. So if you haven't had an opportunity to run through and watch any of those videos, I hope that you will, and take some time. It's a real relaxing time, so definitely get yourself a hot cup of whatever you like, a cold cup of whatever you like, and just sit back, relax, and enjoy. And definitely leave your thoughts down below. I also do have a playlist playlists for all of them as well. We're on day 9 as the day of this actually uploading this video here. So yeah, you could also, just hit the playlist button and check them out that way as well if you want to binge them. So, but that being said, I think I'm going to bid you adieu. It's going to be the last upload for today. And so I thank you again for being here. And yeah, I will be seeing you tomorrow. So yeah, with that, you take care, be blessed. And yeah, bid you adieu. Until next time. Bye.